Good morning. We're not even going to do an intro this morning. I've turned off the live chat because ultimately I have something to say. I don't need anybody to validate it, agree with it, disagree with it. I don't give three fucks. Bright and early this morning. That's how we're doing it. This will be my one and done. See how that works out? Okay. I'm going to be saying a lot of names this morning. A lot of names. And ultimately, if I say your name, then know that this is about you. If I do not say your name, it is not about you. Don't make it about you. Don't assume it's about you. Don't go tell somebody it was about them. If I did not say their name, it's not about them. It's specifically about the person whose name that I mention. All right, here we go. So apparently, we're deciding to burn down the fucking internet. I'm going to join in. I will throw my fucking sticks and start a wildfire. It's all good. Totally fine with it. Okay? Let's start with the list. Oh, the list, the list, the list, I tell you. How many times can one person lie to 10 people, 50 people, 1,000 people, and they just believe the lies? The blind loyalty that is shown here on the internet it is a social experiment. Y'all hear something and you believe it. You don't do any research for yourselves. Not everybody. Some of you do no research for yourselves. It's really quite wild. So let's start the list. I'm going to give you the warning ahead of time. If you don't like me, that's completely fucking okay. But if you don't like me, just know I'm absolutely on top of a fucking high horse, on top of a soapbox with all of my pontification and my terrible voice that you hate. I'm absolutely going to be very condescending and judging every fucking body. You know why? Because I'm an asshole on the internet that gets to have an opinion about a lot of fucking shit. Like every other person who hits the go live button. So you're welcome. Okay. Let me first address Boston Nick. Don't demand I come over and talk in a space that's not really open for talking. I don't talk in echo chambers. I don't like to hear only my own opinion. Okay. So let me be very clear. I specifically spoke on something that you have spoke on publicly on the internet. And in that conversation, I stated, with your own personal experiences, I don't understand why you would have shamed somebody else. Oh, I wasn't shaming none. You show me where I shamed. Let me tell you how you shame somebody. Number one, do you for a fact know where that lady was going? You for a fact did your own research, watch that lady, know exactly what's going on with her? Or did somebody else tell you what was going on with her and you hopped on a fucking bandwagon to help talk about this lady? You spoke about her nodding off in the middle of the night. Have you seen her nodding off in the middle of the night? Has it happened? Absolutely, yes. But have you seen her do that? No, you haven't. Again, you hopped on the bandwagon to speak on somebody else's personal experience when you have no space to do so because you've done no research yourself. You hear people tell you one thing and you just run with it. That's the problem. You are missing a backbone. At any point in time, you can say, I hope she gets help, period. If she needs help, I hope she gets it, period. That's not what you said. Now, the next day, all of a sudden, your tone kind of changed. You were saying a lot different things. I encourage you, go and listen to the first live stream that you were on, and then come back and holler at me. You have access to my DMs. Feel free to use it. I stand on what I said because it's absolutely what you were doing with your own personal experiences. Again, that you've shared publicly. I don't understand how somebody who has gone through that struggle would want to talk about somebody else that potentially could be going through said struggle. But okay, you're right. I'm the bad one. Oh, poor Nick. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Moving right along, Rowena. In June of 2023, my husband had a pulmonary embolism and went to the hospital. Okay. All right. Spoke about that publicly. No secret there. All right. Rowena came. We had a conversation. She checked on me in private. She checked on me, my family. I appreciated that shit. It was awesome. It was amazing. Okay. In the process, Rowena, again, publicly has said she used to be a nurse. Rowena was explaining to me that some of the medications people can take after the fact, like blood thinners, can impact their vitamin intake and it can impact other parts of their health, and was suggesting some of the different vitamins and things that people could take during that time. While I appreciated the conversation 1000%, Rowena has continued to bring that personal conversation about my husband that was initiated by her out to the internet. Now, do I give three fucks that the internet knows that we had a conversation about my husband and she was so good to me when it came to him and making those suggestions? I don't give three fucks. What I do care about though is we seem to be missing the fact that isn't that some snaky snake shit to take a personal conversation and bring it out publicly? Isn't that the same reason why other people got called snakes for taking personal conversations and bringing them out publicly? But okay. All right. Sure. Sure. Rowena, what Joneson did is what Joneson did. I'm not responsible for what Joneson did in that moment. And if you knew anything about me, you would absolutely know that I stand against any of that shit. Ask people around you. If I was present for any of that shit, I absolutely speak up about it publicly. I don't wait until we're in private to call somebody out. If I see the shit happening right there in real time, I call the shit out, which none of you can even fucking do. Not one of you. It is the wildest thing. If you want to play victim, it was your mental health, she was pushing your mental health. Then it turned out a little while later when there was a conversation about, you guys always saying that your mental health is your responsibility. Then it was, well, it wasn't my mental health, it was just I was away and had some family shit to take care of. It had nothing to do with my mental health. Now it's back to your mental health. I agree with the stance that every your mental health, my mental health, is my own personal responsibility. If it gets to be too much, I need to log the fuck off and stay away. It's what we say to every single person. If this gets to be too much, you need to log off and stay away, period. Nobody else is responsible. However, there is an absolute impact that bullying and that being an asshole, a negative asshole, not a positive asshole, but a negative asshole on the internet, there is absolutely a impact to consuming toxic behaviors on the internet all day, every day. And I don't think you would disagree with that, Rowena. Not whatsoever. I have never shared any of the personal conversations that you and I have had with the internet because they were personal conversations. Now, I do understand that every now and then you have to get up there and throw that private conversation out to the public, but let's just make it very clear what happened, okay? Let's not act like you came in on your freaking white knight horse to save me. I appreciated the information that you gave me. I appreciated you checking on my family. That is the end of my appreciation for you because you continue to try and throw it in my face as if you've done something for me that you deserve some type of kudos for. I don't owe you anything, Rowena. I don't talk about you. I don't talk shit about you. I don't go in places where I'm actively involved in talking shit about you. I don't mention you. I don't call you names. I don't do any of that shit because I have no beef with you. You seem to have a beef with me, and that's okay. Everybody can have whatever fucking beef you have. But to you, I'm a vegetarian. I don't have no beef. I'm not interested in that shit. You've never done anything to me that would hurt me or piss me off that would create some type of beef. But you instead have made Queen and I's beef to be about you so that you can throw that back on me. It's not going to work anymore. I don't care. Tell the whole internet the story. Show the whole fucking conversation. Maybe you screen recorded the phone call we had. I don't give three fucks. Good for you, Rowena. We had a conversation. Congrats. Moving right along. I have had a very strong stance from the day I came onto YouTube. I don't do real life shit. I don't fuck with people who do real life shit in real time currently. Now, can people fuck up? Absolutely. Can people get in too much of an emotional space and run with shit and go too far and go too low? Absolutely, they can. But what they do after, when they take accountability, when they change their actions, true accountability is a genuine apology and changed actions from there. That's what I look for. If everybody else does not look for that, I don't give three fucks. Zero, actually. I don't care. They don't have to. Because who the fuck am I? The only difference is I don't fuck with those kind of people. I think there seems to be some confusion as to why I have a problem with that. Because it's my stance. Because there are my own morals, integrity, and values. If somebody does it, is it wrong? Absolutely. 1000%. And I don't stand by that shit. What we're not going to do, though, is change the context of that. So, 2 years ago, now we're also not going to rewrite history. 2 years ago, Flava absolutely went in real life. Is she doing it today? I don't know because I don't watch her and I don't know her content. Maybe she is, maybe she's not. But she showed at one point in time that she was an absolute real lifer and there is no bottom to her low. She plays limbo with how low she can go. That's what I know of her. I walked away. She has every right to be on the internet, do her content, hang out with who she wants to hang out with. It has never stopped me from going. My issues with anybody have nothing to do with her. What she's not going to do, though, is be able to rewrite history. And Flavin knows exactly. So I want to clarify something because while everybody has chosen to run, and by everybody, I mean quite a few people. So there's this narrative that's being put out about nonsense that, oh, she's a bigger real lifer than me. Oh, she went real life on Letitia. Let me clarify. The entire internet was putting out these court documents and saying that Letitia Bias had used attorney fees to buy a vehicle. Sound familiar? Because it's what the internet does when you fucking buy new shit, allegedly, while collecting hundreds and thousands of dollars or 50,000 or 10,000 or even 5,000. It's what the internet does. They run and they speculate with shit. Okay. So, in an effort to stop people from spreading lies, when she was trying to show the truth of what was actually going on with receipts at that point in time, she put out the court documents. This post is still on Facebook. I did confirm last night. That shit is still there to this day, 2.5 years later. She put out a court document and highlighted that the installment contract date for said vehicle was prior to any of this situation even happening. So people needed to stop lying and saying she used attorney money to buy a car. Number one, court documents are public record for anybody, and that's not going real life. Number two, she did it in an effort to squash the bullshit that people who were speculating were doing because, again, lying about somebody who's a piece of shit or could potentially be doing something harmful is harmful to the actual truth of what they're doing. Again, sound familiar? I don't fuck with people in that way. Now, maybe Flava has seen the error of her ways. Maybe she doesn't do those kinds of things anymore. Maybe she just gets up on the internet, talks her shit, drags somebody for filth, and that's her content, and that's okay. I don't fuck with it because I know how low she will go, and I haven't fucked with it for what is this, November? I don't know. Over 2 years at this point. I don't care about that. She has every right to go and do her content, hang out where she wants to go. Great. But the fact that y'all are going to move into using Veda Jade's receipts, let me tell you, I seen the clip that EKC put up. Oh my God, we just exposed her. Nonsense called CPS on herself, guys. Nobody ever called CPS on her. Oh my God. Oh, clutch our pearls. We must show everybody immediately. Did you guys hear that? Have any of you even fucking listened to her content? She has said from the day she started her fucking page, when she got her nieces, she needed resources. She called to report that they were with her so that she could get resources and help for them because they are special needs and they needed that. Are you fucking idiots? Y'all will take anything and twist the context into whatever the fuck you want it to be so that you can hate the person and make everybody hate the person that you hate. Wow. Let's move on. Sinner. Again, fast forward past this part because I'm sure you're not going to like it. You are so emotionally enwrapped because of the hurtful and hateful, truly hateful things that have been done to you and the shit that people continue to say or do about you, that your emotions are absolutely controlling you. And I believe, personally, in my own opinion, you've decided to surround yourself with people who are emotional reactors, who are just encouraging it. You get fired up and they throw gasoline on that shit and you are running with it. But let me tell you this, if you're not careful, you will become Queen Bee. And I can guarantee that because that's how it starts. You have done so well at maintaining your composure, not running with stuff, showing what she says in her own words. Your videos have absolutely laid shit out very well. You have stuck to the truth of what the situation is. She says you have lied. You haven't lied that I know of. Nothing has been exposed. Just people say you lied, but not one fucking receipt for a lie has been shown. Please stay on track. You 1000% were defamed. You have two particular things that were said about you, which I will not repeat, that I do agree you were 100% defamed by Queen Bee specifically. Get you a lawyer, take her to court, and let her take an L in court. Take the W if that's what you're going to do, but don't make her a victim. Don't run around demanding that everybody else have the same agenda as you. It's not right. You ran with something that was said with no context. You didn't fact check. You didn't double check it. You just ran with it and said the same exact thing, which is what Queen Bee does. Come on, you're fucking better than that. We have seen time and time again, every single person on this internet has seen that when people stay too invested in shit, they turn into the monsters that they are fucking chasing. And if you don't pull away from the ledge, you jump into the abyss that is the one that creates that monster. That's for everybody, not just you, Sinner. I know that I am hard on you because I see the potential. I see the change. I see that you are willing, unlike 90% of the other people here, you are willing to change. You are willing to self reflect and take ownership of the shit that you do when it is wrong. She's not like that. And she, being Queen Bee, she is not like that. Don't make yourself her. Oh, Nanya's up on the high horse. Absolutely, I am. And you can say fuck off to my opinion. You don't give three fucks about my opinion. It's just my opinion. Absolutely. But I'm an asshole on the internet seeing everything go down. And absolutely, I have a fucking opinion about it. We're going to move on. The video of Dolly's niece that was shown was gross. CPS documents being read out of that said niece, whether she was 19, 25, 45, or 15. Makes no difference to me. It was gross. But let's be very clear when we say Savage is not the only person who chose to fire up and live and show those things at that point in time. Queen B, you played that video. Now, just because you threw a little screen over it so you couldn't see the thing, we could all hear it. You absolutely replayed the shit, and it was gross. Don't try and throw that in Savage's face now when your ass was sitting right there. Isn't that what you guys are saying? You sat right here and co-signed all the shit. Don't try and throw it in somebody else's face. Are you fucking kidding me? You played that, right? Get out of here. It's so ridiculous. Let's talk about sitting next to somebody. I, me, Nunya, I don't know about anybody else. I'm speaking only for myself. When y'all were talking about Molly and her jackjaw and her lines of cocaine and shit, do you know where I was? I was trying to figure out why the fuck she was spreading a lie about a Marine veteran dying. That's what I was focused on. I didn't give three fucks if she was snorting everything up her nose that she wanted to. You know why? Because that shit is not relevant when you're showing what a trash person somebody is. Because they give you enough content on their actions for you to show that. So again, if you're saying that I, Nunya, have shamed somebody's drug use, I want receipts. Oh, you're not the boss of me. Then stop fucking saying it if it's not true. Now, did Joneson sit up there and laugh? Maybe she did. That's Joneson. Hold her to that shit. Did Deet sit up in there and laugh? She says she didn't. So I'm going to go with she didn't. Show receipts. Y'all stand there and you talk so much shit all day, every day, and you show zero receipts for the shit that you say. B. Tim, stop saying that I need to demand or ban Sinner out of the HOA for lying with no receipts. We've addressed that, okay? Because your ass got banned. Your ass got banned because you're missing body parts. And by body parts, I mean a brain and a backbone. You stand next to a person doxing, lying, tragedy pimping, doing drama in the middle of a fucking stream with Sebastian's picture on the thumbnail, his name in the title, he's hashtag in there, there's content about him in there. Oh, but that's okay, right, B Tim? That's not what you call out everybody else for, right, B Tim? Fuck out of here. And when I ask you for receipts of a claim that you have made against myself, your response is, Nanya's not the boss of me. Okay, then you're a liar. Be okay with being called a liar. Be okay with having no credibility moving forward because you lie about things. When you lie, that's why your credibility takes a hit. We don't say shit without that. If I say some shit, you can guarantee I've got some receipts. Oh, but Nunya lied when she went on Queen's panel and said that Queen was doing these things with so and so and such and such, such and such. Right. I didn't lie. I have the receipts. To this day, I have the receipts. But you know what? What I realized is by throwing their name out there, they started to be attacked behind the scenes. And I felt like that was fucking wrong of me. So I reflected on what the impact of my words had on those people by bringing up what they had gone through. And I didn't want that to continue to happen. So I chose not to go any further with it. And I chose not to put it out. I made a choice. That's the difference. If those people could be and safe, not physically safe, but safe from the bullying or hyenaing that you all absolutely know that you do, I'd put them out in a second. It would be not even a second thought. But they're not. And that's okay. It is what it is. I'm fine with that. Moving right along. Apparently, everybody on the internet is going to get it today. Nobody that I roll with is attempting to say that Betty is a good person who does good things and cares about the victims of families. Nobody is saying Betty should win in life. What we're saying is we choose not to bash her on a daily basis like you all. I think she's a tragedy pimp to this day. I think while if this if her current case with the parents of this family does not go the way that you all hope and pray and lose sleep over, if it doesn't go that way, I think there will be the next family and the next family and the next family. That absolutely will happen until actual laws change. That's the only thing that's going to change it. A defamation lawsuit or countersuit isn't going to change her being a tragedy pimp. A injunction isn't going to change her from being a tragedy pimp. Just kind of encourages it, to be honest. A um, a protective order, obviously, that's not stopping shit. So y'all can say all these court things are going to stop her, but until an actual law gets changed that is specifically preventing the type of shit that she does, spreading misinformation, spreading disinformation, lying, stalking, any of that kind of stuff, in my opinion, she's not going to change. Does that mean it shouldn't be called out? Absolutely, it should be called out, but call out her fuck shit. And honestly, as you recently have said, everybody talking about you brings you so many more subs, and you're so grateful for all the new subs. Well, guess what? Same thing happens for her. Anytime you talk about anybody, people go looking because they're curious and they get there. And if they like what they see when they get there, they figure that person was wrong and then they move on from there. It's how it works. You're doing the same thing. What you're doing is counterproductive to what you actually want to do. That moves us into Brittany J. I know that she has done some really trash things, both on a personal level to some of her ex mods, her ex friends, people who she may have been cool with at one point in time. That was wrong of her to do. Hurting others that she was friends with at one point in time or cool with at one point in time was not right. A lot of her grifting, she comes on the internet, she asks for money. I don't agree with it, but if her people want to give her the money, no different than lawsuit funds. People want to give you money for that shit, go ahead. It's their money. They should be able to do that, right? Who cares? She's been very reckless in cases. She has allowed people to come up on her panel and be in her chat and speak about things that should not have been spoke about when it comes to the parents of families. She has done harm. She does not minimize harm. She does harm to cases and victims and families. What I did see her say, and I hope that it's the truth, all I can do is take somebody on their word. I seen her say in a chat, I think yesterday or the day before, something like that, that she is listening and she is actively working on making some changes. Will she fuck up? Absolutely. Just like all of us who are fucked up and have issues and whatever. She will fuck up. 100% she will. That can be called out. Sure. Why wouldn't it be? You want to put that out there. Should she be given the grace to do it? If you choose to give grace, then give grace. I hope that she does change. I hope that she does take the feedback. I hope that she isn't gaslighting a bunch of people to make them believe that she's going to take the feedback just to be able to get in with them and get new subs and get a whole new set of creators that can bond with her and give her a chance and to be able to go from there. We have a lot of people that we've given chances to, and some of them have improved. Some of them have left the internet after those chances were given. Some of them were handled very graciously. Some of them went right back to their nasty ways. But grace was given. While everybody is bringing up old shit, okay, everybody's bringing up old shit, right? There are people doing things to this day. Everybody keeps wondering, why is everybody coming for Queen Bee? Why don't you just leave her alone? Leave her alone. She's so innocent. No, she's currently doing things. That's the problem. This isn't old shit that she's doing. Everything she's bringing up is old shit, but everything she's doing right now is in real time and current. In the last, what? I'm going to say 30 to 45 days. I didn't check the calendar on it, but in the last 30 to 45 days, she has shown minors pictures. She has thrown a video of minors at people and lied on top of that for the police reports. And she has gone real life against somebody else. And by going real life, did she look shit up? No, of course, because she does no research on her own. But old Miss Arnold over there, she showed us Miss Arnold over there was more than happy to throw the information on over there that she zoomed in and Google Earth to find where Brittany was. Queen showed that on her live stream the other night. I don't know who that is, but God, how much do you have to hate Brittany to be zooming in on her doctor's office to go and look shit up? I don't even know that it's even factual because y'all didn't show no actual receipts that would show. You showed the outside of a building with green shutters. Maybe there's a million white buildings with green shutters there. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's a whole business park with white buildings and green shutters. Nobody fucking knows. That's the whole point. But y'all are so eager to drag it out that you won't even fact check shit. You don't even want to know what the truth is. You just are so willing to run with the lie, and y'all don't retract shit. Whether if any of you lie, you don't correct it. If any of you make up stuff, you don't correct it. There's no accountability. If you go back and listen to the streams that some of us, right? I wasn't around. I think I was only around for about maybe 6 to 8 months. But if you go back and listen to live streams where some of your favorite creators today were on those panels, and you listen to them, and then you listen to a current live stream, you can hear a change. I don't care who you are. You can hear a fucking change. Does stress do that to you? Abso-fucking-lutely it does. Does people pointing out your bullshit constantly do that to you? I can imagine that's not a nice place to be either. But here's an idea. Maybe just don't do it. Don't continue doing those same behaviors. Moving right along. I would like to make it very clear my stance on something because, Laura, you seem very, 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 very thirsty for answers, and you have lots of questions, and you don't agree with anything that anybody ever does. But okay, let me make this very clear. You calling CPS was wrong. You knowing that the mother of a child was a good mother and you calling was wrong. What's worse is the excuses and piss poor shit you had to say when it came to you taking accountability. The excuses you have continued to make. That's why people won't fuck with you that gave you grace at one point in time. It's not about what you did back then, which was wrong. I don't take that away. Nobody deserves that. Makeup Monster didn't deserve that. Her kid didn't deserve that. Her husband didn't deserve that. And CPS didn't deserve that. Nobody deserved that shit for talking shit about you on the internet. What matters to me right this second, though, is that to this moment, you still have not taken true accountability. All of your, yeah, I shouldn't have done it, but no, there's no buts, there's no ands. I shouldn't have done it. I'm so mad at myself that I got that far into it that I would never do that again. I would absolutely check myself before I got to that stream. But instead you're like, yeah, but somebody goes after you for 3 years straight, you just would know it. I don't give a fuck if somebody talks about you all day, every day. You know what you have the right to do? Log the fuck off. You don't have to listen to it. You don't have to get clips to it. You don't have to watch screenshots of it. The only way to know that somebody is talking about you for 3 years is to fucking be watching them talk about you for 3 fucking years. Oh, she came after my business. You put your business on the fucking internet, Laura. You absolutely put your business on the internet. So when you post shit like your candles or your whatever, those wax melts or whatever they are, whatever you're calling them today, when you put that shit out there, you know what it does? It shows everybody on the internet. And guess what? It opens up the fucking assholes on the internet to give their opinion of what they're looking at. And they have every right to. That's not bashing your business. That's not coming for your business. It's assholes on the internet giving their opinion. And if you don't like their opinion, then either A, don't post your shit, or B, ignore them. Fuck off that they talk shit on the internet, so you had to go to that level, and that's your fucking excuse for it. Fuck that. Stop fucking asking everybody when you don't really want to hear why you want to be accountable. You message here, you email there, you do this, you do that to try and get answers. No. How about you just look within yourself? Nobody on the internet should have to tell you why what you did was wrong and how it was wrong and why they don't fuck with you. If somebody has cut you off or blocked you in their chat or doesn't allow you to come on, guess what? There's probably a reason for it. And if they're not willing to explain the reason, guess why? It's because you're not fucking open to it and you don't take feedback and you take no accountability. Now, at this point, you've got to sit in your shit. And if you're sitting in that shit with 5 people, 100 people, 200 people, good for you. The people who choose to stand by and support you, they will support you. Good for them. But the people who are done with you not taking accountability and who have walked away from you and your grace, your level of grace. Now, some of us are really graceful people like myself. Absolutely. Did a lot of people tell me you were this kind of person? Absolutely they did. But I gave grace. That shit is their beef. It's from a long time ago. I don't need to pay attention to it. I waited until I heard your accountability live stream. And let's be honest, you're not really sorry that you did it. You're sorry you got fucking caught. You never came out yourself knowing that you had done this. You never came out and said, listen, I really need to tell you guys something. I need to be accountable for something because it's really eating away at me. It should eat away at you. You should not be able to sleep at night knowing that you potentially could have changed a child's life. You didn't know what CPS would do. You didn't know what kind of shitty worker may have possibly have shown up that day. You didn't know that. You say you did. You did not. There was no way for you to have known that. You thought, you hoped, but you didn't. So again, the shit that you have created, you got to sit in it until you find a new audience. Talking over and over and over about any of the people who won't fuck with you, who have now blocked you, or won't answer emails, or won't answer text messages, or won't answer your questions on their live stream. There's your answer. Because some of us really value true accountability. True accountability does come with you being very apologetic for the shit that you did, and not one time in all of your 15 accountability live streams at this point, maybe 4, I don't know, but not one time have you ever sounded truly apologetic. It has always been, but what about what she did to me? I'm sorry, you're not a fucking victim here. You don't get to play the victim. Not in this particular situation. You are not the victim. You made her your victim. And that was fucking wrong, period. That's all the time you'll get from me. Congratulations. There's your what? Maybe 5, 7 minutes, maybe 10. I don't fucking know. You're welcome. Moving right along from there. One of the reasons why I do hope, I truly do hope that Savage does and has truly changed from going real life on people, from getting so emotionally invested, is she says that she has changed. I am not in a place where I will go and full on support her in that way. Absolutely, last night I did go to Rumble because your asses were over there lying on me. I was hate bonding like a motherfucker last night. 1000%. I'll own that. Everybody does deserve the chance to make changes. But when people don't choose to make changes and people choose to be toxic and they show you the behaviors and you sit by and you watch those behaviors and you excuse those behaviors, you continue to make excuses for those behaviors, you justify those behaviors, or you don't even call it out. Somebody says a blatant ass lie and you don't even ask, where did that happen? What happened? Do you have a link to that? Can I see that? I want to watch that for myself. You don't do any of those things. You just run with it and it becomes your gospel. And that's not like that is everyone. There are so many people here that I see blind loyalty. And as much as I don't like the hyenas, I'm sorry. I watched Makeup Mobster's live stream yesterday. I was watching the replay actually. And I was watching people in the chat and people from my own side. They look like the hyenas. Sorry, not sorry. They do. I don't agree with that shit. It is not hard to become the monster that you chase. It's not hard at all. I'm gonna circle back around um, to one of the beginning parts of my stream. I know that Nonsense did a stream the other day, and I think that she did clarify it on her stream. I think yesterday morning or night. I don't know. I don't remember which one. But a lot of people thought that she was talking about the stream that was just done of myself and Jones and Deets. And I think that there is definitely a space where people feel like I do believe there are quite a few people who have stated they demand that she needs to call some shit out. I don't agree that anybody should call anything out that they don't want to. So that's my first stance on that. Okay. Second, I don't agree in cryptic messages. While I sat in her stream the other night, and I told her this privately, while I sat in her stream the other night, I completely understood that she was talking about Erica. And when she was talking about Flava, I knew exactly what she was talking about because I know the history. But when people don't know the history, then they just don't know. They get lost. They think you're talking about this person when really you're talking about that person. And that is why I do agree with the put a name on it. I want to make it very clear. Everybody who I've talked about today, I've put a name on it so that I can give my opinions on that particular person. If I did not say a name, that it does not belong to a particular person. It for me is that simple. But in that stream, she was talking about how one of the issues I truly do think that's happening right now is she does say things that do signify or they do point out that um, for example, she was saying she doesn't get down with addict shaming, and anybody doing that is wrong. Well, people want her to say Queen Bee was wrong for addict shaming, right? But Queen Bee isn't the only person, so why can't she say everybody doing it is wrong? Because it would encompass the 3 to 5 people that had done it at that point in time. But we're not happy unless you say what we want you to say and push our narrative, then we're not happy with that shit. I'm sorry, I disagree. I absolutely disagree. Now, if somebody specific did do it, for example, passing that video along or accepting that video is wrong. No, we know exactly who has accepted that video. So now it's time to put a name on it because there's one person who accepted the video, not multiple people. There is a difference. I don't disagree. I do not disagree that there are a lot of cryptic messages that happen. And that's again, but a lot of times is we ourselves take somebody's message and we try and apply it to whatever our experience tells us that message is about. Oh, I think that was about you, Nunya. Oh, I think that was about you, Willow. Oh, I think this was about you. No, say a name. If you put names on things that you don't have to, fuck it, burn the whole fucking internet down. Say all the names. Say all the names. Because if not, it just keeps this going. Y'all have to be exhausted and tired staying up. Let me tell you, staying up all night and then back up alive in the morning and back and forth. No, I'm good. I'll watch a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong. Right now, I'm bored as fuck. So I'll absolutely watch a lot of shit. But yeah, no, I'm good. Mm-mm. It's too much consumption of that is not good for your soul. It's, mm-mm. No, thank you, friend. I'm going to I have two people left to address real quick and then I'm gonna hop off. So on to the next one. Granny's watching. I do not hate you. I don't dislike you. I'm not hate bonding with BJ in any way. I think you were served an injunction, which was absolutely opportunistic on Nick's part because you live because of your location, and on Brittany's part because she wanted to jump on the bandwagon in order to help establish what they believe to be a pattern of behaviors. That is wrong. Wouldn't take that away from you at all. It is wrong. I don't agree with that. What you have continued to do since learning of the injunction, in my opinion, is also wrong. You continue to go back and forth. You're like, these crazy people think that I'm involved with this group on the Enterprise, and this is crazy. That's not happening. I don't know why they would think such a thing. But you're going to go on Jay's live stream to read Barbecue Ladies, the other defendant in the case, heard court documents. Like, you have no idea what your actions actually are showing and what they look like, even if it's false, but it's absolutely putting out a very clear picture. You go in every single person's chat with the ability to talk about Brittany. If you can talk about Brittany in those chats, that's absolutely what you're doing. What was done to you back when, at any point in time, was wrong. Personal messages being put out, any doctor's shit being put out, your kids being talked about, any of those things, they were absolutely wrong. They do not justify now somebody it being done to them. Now you may feel some type of way, like shit, it's their karma. That's cool. I don't like that's your own, that's between you, your higher power, and who you are. I don't have like I don't give no opinion on that part of it. But you are literally telling the community, we need to fight this while I continue it going and going and going and going. Sit down. Truly, your message yesterday was you're exhausted by all the back and forth with her and you just want to stop it. Guess what? Stopping starts with you. Well, why do I have to be the bigger person? Because if you're exhausted and you're trying to defend yourself, you can't defend yourself while going live for fucking 7 and 8 hours about Britney. What? You are proving the fucking point. The fact that you're still doing Sebastian content, you are proving their point. I know a lot of people will disagree. And let me make it very clear. That has everything to do with your actions. It has nothing to do with anything else. Has nothing to do with me not liking you. Has nothing to do with, oh, now I hate you and I love Brittany. No, I don't like her either. I don't like anybody's actions right now. How about that? Literally, it's like YouTube has gone crazy and we live in this alternate universe where people really truly believe their own bullshit. I cannot believe that a lawyer has not said, until this is over, let's move on. Let's shut the fuck up for right now. Let's take the W in court. Let's shove it to them in court. Let's get that countersuit going and shove it to them in court. And now, what the fuck do you have to say? Here's my court documents, bitches. No, can't do that. Have to keep it going. Have to continue intertwining myself with all these other fucking defendants that are named so that it doesn't look like we got to keep being with each other, guys, so it doesn't look like an enterprise. What? Are you fucking kidding me right now? This shit is so fucking confusing and so like I can't. Common sense is actually not that common. And some of y'all need real friends, not the friends that will tell you how wrong something is being done to you, but you need friends that can acknowledge that something being done to you is wrong, but also call out your actions. You truly do need those kinds of friends in your life. Not because Nunya said so, but because it helps you. It helps you give. Yesterday I got a phone call from somebody who we don't normally like ask each other's opinions on things, but they called me because they wanted to know an opposite opinion than what their entire fucking friend group would have said. And they knew that I would have enough perspective to potentially give that opposite opinion. And I would be fair enough to give that opposite opinion. And that's not to like, ooh, toot toot. No, I'm not tooting my own horn there. What I'm saying is you've got to have that person that you call. Somebody I know for sure is going to disagree with me. That's the person I'm going to call and say, should I do this? For the record, I should have called Shambles this morning and asked her if I should have gone live, but I didn't. So here we are. Again, we all make our choices and we got to sit in it. So there's that. Okay. All right. Last one. Moving right along and then we're done. We're done with this shit. I've ranted long enough and I've been up on the soapboxes. Oxygen's getting a little thin up here. Queen Bee, stop saying that I ran off of the internet once you exposed me. You didn't expose shit. You showing a cam slip of me is not a flex. It's really not. I don't know why you seem to be under this impression that you ran me off the internet. I was very clear that 4 months after you showed my cam slip or you did your expose of Chewbacca or Chewie or whatever the fuck you call me today, right? You did your expose of Chewie, playing Nonsense's own words and twisting them while Nonsense is in the chat and Revival's in the chat telling you, nah, Queen, that's not how it happened, but that didn't matter, right? Because context is everything, right? Okay. That's what you think ran me off the internet. I haven't gone anywhere. I left for a little while. I leave when I travel for work. But when I'm home, I have more time. But like, you didn't run me off the internet. I know that's how you have to tell yourself so you sleep at night better. And that's cool. I didn't run off of the internet. I got a new job. I left for a little while, came back, got another new job, got another promotion. Not a new job, I got promotions, but second one, I got another promotion a couple months later. So I had to be gone for that to readjust into a new position. I'm gone for travel. I've said all of this publicly, although you would like to. I know for your bully spirit, I know it's like, oh yeah, bullied that person off. Oh, I got Deets off. Okay, who's next on the list? At what point in time will you ever take any accountability? At what point in time will you learn to shut the fuck up? I truly do hope that Sinner does have the money, get the money. I don't really give a fuck. It's not my business to sue you because he is probably by far the most legitimate. I have specifically heard clips of you saying while his record was up, you were playing No Wire Hangers video of his record, and you chose to say that he beat on women and his charges were for violence against women. You said that on your own streams. Maybe you need to go back and watch all those privated streams in your members only shit. Maybe you need to go back and watch and refresh yourself on the shit that you said. And, maybe offering an apology may stop that. I don't fucking know. But you said it multiple times. You said it in chats. You've said it on live streams. You claim that he had stolen valor. Mm, again, not a good look. You continue to make claims about him and harm his reputation. That is defamation, boo. And those are your own words. Your own words. You claimed he committed a felony by running a channel and imitating your lawyer. Well, lie detector test determined that that was a lie. I think accusing somebody of committing a felony when they didn't, and you stated it as fact, Jack. Remember? And that's a fact, Jack. Oh, when you state facts, yeah, that doesn't look too good either. Maybe you need to take a break. I know you're very dependent on the money that comes in, but we all know that you'll be okay if you take a week off or take 2 days off or take 3 days off. I don't fucking know. Maybe stream all day, every day. You're so busy trying to compete with everybody who doesn't give a fuck about the time slots that you've allotted for yourself anymore that you have to stream all day and all night. I also want to remind you again of your own fucking words at this point. You mentioned the other day that it is okay for people to talk about Britney's kids because she talks about them during her streams. For example, that's not me sleeping, that's my son. So that gives people the right to talk about our kids. I would like to point out to you all that I personally wouldn't do it. Last night during your stream, you talked about your children. You talked about your children. Therefore, by your logic, you are actually giving people permission to speak about your kids now. See how that's slippery? That's a pretty slippery slope, isn't it? Because let somebody start talking about your kids, and that's probably not going to go very well for you, huh? That's gonna be a mess for you, right? Just saying. You have spent so much time bullying that I don't even think you know how to not bully. And you're gonna make jokes and you're crack jokes. Guys, we're just the bully people over here. We're just the Fallons. You can make jokes about it. I mean, shit, people make jokes about the HOA, about the ponies, about the ship and swords and all that other kind of shit. They make jokes about it 100%. But the only reason why you make jokes about it is because you know it's the truth. That's why you have to bring it up and twist it first, right? That's what you do. Stop saying you ran me off the internet or I ran away from the internet because you exposed me or you showed a cam slip. I don't give three fucks about that cam slip. There's nothing anybody could say about the internet about my looks that would change how I love myself. Oh, then why don't you just cam up then? I don't need to or want to. I, it's that simple. The fact that people continue to dig into other people's real lives and they send you stuff constantly should be a red flag for anybody who hangs around you. I would urge anybody who goes around your page, I would urge them not to share any personal or private information with you because it is not safe because you will absolutely weaponize that shit against them, whether it's via email like Lindsay, via text message like others, via Discord DMs like Miss Arnold. That didn't work out well for her, huh? I'm pretty sure she may catch some shit now that, you put it out there that she is the person who Googled the doctor's office and sent you all the shit on Discord. Yikes. Ugh, that's gotta hurt, huh? I seen you edited that part out of your stream to try and hide it. Good try. But you know as well as other people do that the internet's forever. Damn, fucked up on that one. She's not gonna be happy with you, huh? Fuck. Oh well, toodaloo. On to the next person, right? Toss her away, throw her away, and get the next one. You say it's a problem that Brittany collects $300 and $400 and $200 and yada yada yada. Isn't that pocket watching? Isn't that what you say everybody shouldn't do to you? Because when they start talking about what you've collected in a month, whether it be via membership, super chats, anything like that, or PayPal pools, all that kind of stuff, like that, isn't that what you call pocket watching? You say they shouldn't do it to you because you're not grifting, but aren't you doing it to somebody else? Mm, damn. Pot meet kettle, kettle meet pot. It's crazy. Crazy. I don't think you're even capable of taking true accountability for when you fuck up because the stream you did yesterday, like you came for everybody. What about the jerks when they talked about Purple Phoenix? Now, I don't know. I don't even know who Purple Phoenix is like that. I don't know what happened with her. So I'm not going to speak on that shit at all. I know they have a tattered past between the two of them. But that's your defense? What about what about what about us? Yeah, come on now. Come on now, Michael. Take it down a notch. What about you? What about what you've done? The destructive things that you truly have done to lots of people around you. There's a reason why your chat is 90% new people. Where'd all the old heads go? Where'd all the panel guests go? You're telling me what you're attempting to convince the internet right now of is I'm willing to say at least 20 people, right? We'll say 20 solid people. right? That I could probably think of off the top of my head. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. I don't know. I'd have to actually make a list. And I know how much you love lists, so I don't want to trigger you there because I know lists get you real riled up. But 20 people have gone away from this one person with the same experience and the same um story, and you want us to all believe they're all snakes, they're all not loyal, they're all backbiting bitches. All of them, even though there's a common denominator, you want us to believe it is everybody else. Really? Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. I love that for you. Um, call this divisive. Call it what you want. Don't I don't care. I don't care. Cappy, one last thing. I forgot about you. I'm sorry. I should have put you in the beginning with the bullshitters. But yeah, I'll throw you in here real quick. Um, until you're willing to actually hold your friend accountable for the real life, low down tragedy pimp stuff she is doing, I think you should shut the fuck up on giving opinions about anybody else. Because, again, that's your besties for the resties, right? That's best. Hey, best friend. Hey, best friend. But you literally are saying everything she does is okay. Well, I call her out in private. You don't know what I say to her in private. I know you don't say shit because there's no way besties would ignore their besties. Normally your best friend has your best intentions at heart, your best, like they want the best for you. So they tell you the truth in love so that you can grow as a person, and they do the same to you, right? That's normally how it works. Unless maybe it's just trauma bonding. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Stop calling out everybody else. I don't understand it. I think I probably need to give up on understanding it. I really need to give up on trying to understand blind loyalty. Now that shit right there, I can't understand that at all. That shit, like you are blind as a fucking bat to her shit. She could do no wrong in your eyes. Honestly, I mean, honestly, we probably need to send a letter off to the Pope. Because I'm pretty sure y'all have written down all the reasons. B. Tim said yesterday, I seen a screenshot in Discord yesterday. B. Tim literally said in a chat, Queen has done so many good things for people and the community. Name one, B. Tim. Literally name one that Queen Bee herself did. Not open up her platform to collect other people's money to give to somebody. What has she actually done good for anybody? Legit, this is a legit question. I genuinely want to know. What has she done good for anybody other than herself? She is selfish as hell. She only does what benefits her, and she uses the hell out of people. And when she can't use them anymore or they stand up to her, she tosses them to the side. Like she has done every single fucking person she called friend at some point in time. Except for me. I did toss her to the side first. It's probably why she can't get over it, but it's okay. But that's besides the point, too. I digress. But please, be Tim. I know how much lists trigger you, but if you get some time today, I don't know. You may not be off work till January when Betty goes back to court. But if you get some time, if you can make the list of, you said she has done so many good things for people and for the community. Like what? Fired up a live stream, drove all around while conducting a fucking panel of people. Oh, didn't we mention that driving while streaming is not safe? Huh. Now that's interesting. God. Pot, kettle, kettle, pot. Hmm. Interesting. I'll wait on that though, B Tim, because I think it's going to take you a while to come up with the list of all the things she herself, not using her platform to collect money for. I just want to make that very clear. What has she herself done good for other people? And let me tell you what you're going to say. What have you done good for other people? I don't go around claiming that I've done good for the community and done good for other people. That's the fucking difference. And the sad part is that like you legit believe that. Like you see, that's scary to me. You legit believe that she has done so much good for this community, and she has done so much good for the people that she surrounds herself with and befriends. No, she befriends real lifers. She uses up people until she can't use them anymore. And she throws baby fits over time slots. She's talking about Savage throwing a fit over time slots. Ask anybody who was a creator around Queen at that point in time. And I can guarantee you they got some kind of message of like, hey, why you going live at the same time as me? Hey, I don't know if you've seen it, but I was going live today at 9 o'clock. Ask how many people went live and 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes after they went live, she fired up a live. But they couldn't do that same thing to her. Maybe ask around. Ask around. Maybe some people will be honest with you. But I do feel bad for you, B Tim. Now, let me tell you, I will say this, B Tim. When it's all said and done and she tosses you to the side and you're going to be very heartbroken at that point in time. And I am sorry for that. I hope that you do find a space. I truly do hope that you find a space that will accept you. Apparently, you came over from somewhere else to Queens anyway. So, and you were fighting women on the internet back on Facebook or some shit like that. I don't really understand all that, so I didn't dive into it. But I'm sure you will land safely. I'm sure of it. But I will say, other people, they have had to leave the internet to be able to get away and to be able to like cut that off. Toxic is not easy. Ask anybody that's been in a toxic relationship. It's not easy to walk away from. And I get it. I get it. Yeah. But she did say you were her best friend last week. Good on you, B Tim. How much you have to pay for that? Just asking for a friend. Because that's not cheap. We all know. Everybody knows. Even if you were on the outside of the inner circle, the inner circle is just those 5 people. But even if you were on the outside of the inner circle, you knew Cappy was bestie for the restie. Everybody's always known that. But B Tim, you've been working hard for the money. Dun, 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 so hard for the honey. Girl, on purpose. You done been named the best friend, B Tim. Good for you. Good for you. That's hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Good for you. I'm so happy for you. That's a title you've worked very hard for over the last year. It really is. So good for you. I'm so proud of you. You've done great. Okay. I'm done. Let the internet burn. Believe I've said everything I needed to say about the people I needed to say it about. Again, if your name was put on something, it's for you. If your name was not put on something, it's not for you. No need to take ownership of it because it doesn't belong to you. Okay, leave it there in the lost and found. Somebody will come and take ownership of it because it belongs to them. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.